Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LPL matchup.
Wave crashes in, so 369 is going to be putting down a ward. He has now used his ward, and Weibo do not... Well, Tarzan's completely off vision.
Yeah, the hook shot into the Pillar of Flame makes this a very scary position for 369. A flash for the Seer means first blood to Breathes Camille.
So, we were talking about jungle CS.
Very
It's a
good
win.
job of roaming with Mako, getting into the enemy jungle, trying to get some of those camps away from Tarzan, who has tried to trade back by at least impacting lanes, but is still coming at the cost of his own
He's a
well-being.
very deadly champion, particularly 2-item Camille is where that champion goes nuclear, really. But we need to see now from Weibo.
Remember, Mako still doesn't have a flash, could be in serious danger here. Now the damage comes on for the Eclipse Shield is solid. Jackie now in danger as well, has to flash away because there is no cleanse. Another Winter Spite lands, the turnaround is good, but the door, phenomenal! Stops so much of the bullet time damage, a flash on in from Tarzan, ensures that waits! Misfortune still gets a kill on the way out. Jackie buying his life in blood.
The shield was fantastic from Crisp. I thought Crisp had outplayed, but he still gets taken down into the watery depths of Bilgewater. Misfortune claiming that one. Jackulov will be up, and with the scrub will be able to get towards the lane fairly quickly, but still, I think overall a win for Weibo. They might be able to get themselves a couple of minions dying to tower. Breathe needs to be careful here. Delays himself that hook shot.
Stranglethorns afterwards, though, means surely a dead Breathe as well. He'll be breathing no more. The Hextech Ultimatum is solid, though, but it's an execute because, of course, Breathe had no damage on the Zyra.
One of my biggest complaints of Zyra junglers is why people...
Got a 1v3 as Tien at the top of our screen will be coming on down here as well as Camille. About to be under attack again. Arrow coming on down.
Is that going to be accurate? It's going right the way down the river. It's following Xiaohu as well. Breathes alone down here. It misses. But here comes Xiaohu all the same. Has flash, has ult, and Mako is out of this team's radius.
Teleport coming on through. It'll be a 1 versus 4 now. Breathe still in danger. Xiaohu nearly here. Wants to get something back. Gets a fate sealed with that soul and bound to allow a ping back, but the roots are pretty huge. Xiaohu gets Mako. Turret shots coming in to fly on through as Xiaohu, though, tanking up the minions. Ensure the top esports pick up a second in trade for just the one.
And that's going to be like 3 waves lost to turret, especially with the bullet time coming through to clear out the wave. Weibo have just lost a huge play on this side. Breathe, who was meant to be the win condition for Weibo, has been put behind him. You know, top esports, they lost a great series to BLG. They lost the series to LNG as well. And it felt like, you know, what people...
Taking top esports is a very impressive number. They have not dropped a lot of games this year.
Well, that's just from summer. So for me, that's actually quite a bad stat because they've won so many games. The fact that they end up losing any in general, something. The arrow's going to go wide again. Tarzan misses his stun, looking for a smite still, but he's rooted.
Big turnaround there, and my god, the Zyra damage with the bullet time over the top is just foul. Mako traded back to the Glacial Prison. Glacial Fissure lands onto Jackulov, but he will still be going to the Prison of Death. In comes Camille from downtown as well, and top esports on the extraction lose 2. At least Tien gets 1 back, but is rooted under turret and will surely fall as well. The raid boss, no Breathe, got slowed. The E slow and the red buff do enough to keep Tien alive.
Tien, 5-1-1, and Weibo, maybe they wish that top esports hadn't watered that houseplant quite as much. It is deadly. We might get ourselves another fight around this Herald too.
4 versus 5 as well. 369 was just top lane on the Cassante, getting another turret, so gets value out of that. It looks a bit messy, but the extended play still ends up okay as Jackie now stepping on forwards. Crisp in danger, could well be going down as the all-out comes on down onto the Braum. Santa Braum put on his own naughty list.
That was a really nice play from 369. Flashes for the ult as the Braum stun comes through, so he doesn't get like isolated in the front.
House fire.
Haven't seen these arrows get the value that Weibo wants. Xiaohu has Q3, can potentially go in here. Finds Cream.
Oh no, Cream was thinking he was safe, but manages to Valkyrie over the wall. Xiaohu, though, can still trade back. Will be able to get some more damage coming back as he pings back and forces a flash out of Cream. Who knows? It could have gotten pretty ugly there with the blade. Mako is now in danger himself. Tarzan throws out the Pillar of Flame, but a knockup prevents Jackulov from getting that much value out of the bullet time. Trying to trade back on the light in the 1v2, but it's just not far enough to go. Puts on the afterburners, but light brings him down. Bow and arrow beats guns. Tien finally falls, will be brought low eventually, but claiming that huge shutdown is big news for light. Servers bait us all, and Tien gets to walk away.
I think if Weibo wanted to pull that fight, they would have teleported. Now, Xiaohu is teleporting to the sideline. Look, again, it's not sole point. Breathe is going forwards. He can ult forwards here, all out. Not going to break the ultimatum.
Fate Seal still lands, trying to get the damage to 369. Doesn't have the resist anymore and goes down.
So this is why earlier I was saying I feel like the scrappy gameplay is going to continue. There's no sole point. There's no huge advantage just yet. Top esports, they're ahead in terms of gold, but Weibo, they're playing towards 1-3-1. They say, okay, take the dragon. We're over still left alone in bot side, so the teleport should be coming through. Here comes the arrow.
Arrow lands, will hit onto one of the most valuable target, though. It's still very dark and down to half HP. This might actually just end up being the Baron take. They're way too late. Tarzan flashes out of the bullet time. Baron secured. Look at the fight afterwards, though. Can Top finish up what they started? Mako low but not down. Tarzan eviscerated. Into the back line goes Xiaohu, though, alongside Breathe. The double soul laner trying to get something back as the Corki is dead. Breathe trying to run away, but there's just not enough breath in the lungs. Light trading on out, doing his best he can to claim 369, but it's still Top Esports with the overall victory. Baron secured on 3.
That is exactly what that could be. They still have so much damage though. We saw what happened when Weibo couldn't get the lockdown. You can see that Weibo, they have to give this up. Now the problem is, this is the problem with Safari League of Legends. You watch the objective go down, and maybe you could have had a cross map by moving across the map. Maybe it's full tower taken, so that'll be even more gold coming over. And now the problem is, if you are sieging as Top Esports now, and what's the problem?
Hang on.
Breathe. Oh, it's a pick in the jungle.
Chris will get to hop away, stay alive, solar flare afterwards. Still not enough to keep him alive, just burns down to the ignite.
Does it? He just ends up just completely eating every bit of damage that Top Esports can throw at him. Weibo, it's so hard to go into this group unit of Top Esports, and they managed to get themselves an important kill. The Baron's not even up, but just the siege and range of this team is going to make it so hard to defend this turret now.
What was looking a very even game, very much isn't anymore. The cohort of Top Esports here and sieging. It'd be very difficult to break through that phalanx.
Up beyond the parapet synth of this one. That's the arrow coming through. It's not great, but they don't have the Braum for the follow-up CC, and Tarzan is burned out to half HP just by the thermal thorns.
Jackie Love is getting very low, though. Xiaohu to the backline, can't quite get onto valuable members. The stopwatch comes on through the TN. 369 buys some space, and actually the burn on the Top Esports over the extended fight, proving pretty damn obnoxious. Another pillar of fire into the hook shot of 369, not quite going down the floor. Comes on up. Hextech ultimated puts Mako in a dangerous position. The Zenith Blade takes him into the abyss, and another kill for Camille.
Xiaohu has flash, but he doesn't have Q3, and he doesn't have his ult. He's just going to E forwards, and that's going to be it. They're going to try and stop some of these recalls, and again, this is why we view that you're going to eat a lot of that poke. The dragon is going down very, very quickly. We're seeing more Safari League of Legends. Breed's going in.
Jackie Love, it's a shoot, but the arrow landed onto the Cream as well. That'll be danger onto the Corki, trying to stay alive, but they lose. The Camille, the damage back, just not there in time. Xiaohu is only here now. Infernal Soul claimed by Top Esports. And Weibo think they have the flank. They get both AD carry CC'd, and the damage just doesn't follow up. Fate sealed is only Xiaohu's own.
And they keep fighting on. 369 does burn down. Tarzan does have the damage. He's done 6,000 damage already, but it is not enough. Top Esports, they arrive at the objective first. Finding yourself sorely disappointed. They are here to play, and Weibo, despite their own level up, it is that Top Esports just don't have they're just not threatened enough on the backline. Xiaohu is even spotted going over the wall here, and the all-out brings him back over. Xiaohu couldn't get to that fight in time. He didn't have that global. Weibo weren't there in time as a full unit to make this fight any closer.
You'd think it was a bit of a Brin's Cream. Throws out so much damage and just takes down Light alongside himself going down.
So it's going to be a kill on top.
One of the first kill of the game, by the way, Cream. Still Light, doing some damage. Chris taking very low there, throws out a glacial fissure. To the backline goes Breathe, flash away from Jackie. Might not be enough to save her life, but the Strangle Thorns is absolutely ridiculous, and Jackie just stands and delivers with a little assistance from his team.
Top Esports have the gods of Peel on their side. 369 and TN throw out their ultimates and save their AD carry. Can't quite get the damage. Teleport available. Top Esports might have overpushed in this one, but again, they have so many ultimates to peel for them. It's really hard for Weibo to get the damage down.
To keep our eyes on this one. Inhibitor now about to be sieged, but we see that teleport fold. I think Weibo just saying, look, we can't do this right now. We lose this fight, the game is over. They decide against taking once or twice, and even then it's been hard to follow up. We haven't seen a combo between Xiaohu and Breed all coming together at once, and the bullet time in Trey puts Tarzan out of a 10% HP. Has to flash away, tries to turn around with a Pillar of Flame, and a Pyroclasm still available. Fate sealed away from Xiaohu again. Breathe down into the GA, 369 flashing on out. Breathe tries to get one back at the end of it all, but already the peel is there for 369 this time, and he stays alive.
There is always another peel tool for Top Esports, and Weibo, they're throwing themselves, but they're just getting dashed against the rocks. 3 inhibs down, 369 teleporting in with a full HP bar. No Camille this time, Weibo falling.
Oh, bring him into the kitchen and smell the citrus. I've never seen more peeled vegetables and fruits in my life. Weibo Gaming chopped to pieces, and Top Esports clean up a phenomenal team fight game.
For those of you wondering whether Top Esports had met their demise in summer, you are sorely...
Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends Highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LPL matchup.
On from that one, but Flash blown, everything else working out okay.
So 369 blowing that flash. Tarzan coming back again though.
For that regank, he's just going to be here as 369 puts down the wall, but it could already be too late. Can't quite get in range at all just now. 369 though still being burnt down, and the slow is just enough. First blood to the Rumble.
So, we said the big trade-off for Weibo was you lock in that Rumble. Nothing is fair against Rumble right now. This champion just destroys lanes.
Harpoon, Tien is here, and Crisp and Light so very low.
So the level 3, they don't have a heal, they have the cleanse, the ignite, they're going to spot out Tien here. They will have that level 3, which means they have the bailout, means it's not easy to get this.
Just dies before we can use it, never mind. Light in danger now as well. That's that passive from Tien stacking on him, but will not be brought down. Kill in
the last pick of the draft. Ends up being a bit of a proton torpedo into Weibo's draft. That Karma has really, really ruined the win conditions of Weibo's early game. They're going to have to scrap their way through it. This is going to be a level 6 Rumble coming down towards these grubs. You might see a fight right now coming through. Tien takes one of them, jumps backwards. Tarzan already used that W, which means it won't be available. Long cooldown at that first rank. Second one goes down. No fight coming just yet.
369 gets the slicing maelstrom down. Breathe, chunk low, but not down quite yet. Tien maybe forced to get out of the pit, fails the flash over the wall, doesn't have an quick assault right now, and with the W there, means Tien is stuck in the pit and falls down.
One kill over to Weibo in this extended play to match that one on the top side earlier. It's still going to be 2 grubs to the side of Tien. I'm surprised that Weibo couldn't get themselves a cleaner fight around that, but Tien manages to get himself a play at points. Is that when you have to play the on-hit version of the Callisto, whether that was the old Blade Hurricane build in the past or the Blade and the Terminus and Rage Blade build as it is currently, if you don't have the stats, you have to still go very low range and you can't dance away from everything. As it stands, they're getting ganked again.
Gonna try and get some damage back as Crisp, chunked very low, nowhere really to go. He's got the bailout on top of him, so they just turn on to Light, who just about survives for a second or two longer. The bailout comes on through regardless, and Jackie gets both.
Masterclass from top esports bot lane. The draft has worked, the level 1 has worked, and the continuation to the bailouts onto the Renata. They don't have to focus them, they put the damage onto the Callisto instead. Crisp goes down, and sadly this Callisto Renata is now down in a 2v2. More than 2,500 gold between the Ezreal and the Karma. That's just gone up to 3,500 gold lead as a 2v2 between both the Ezreal and the Karma.
It's so rough to see, and again, this was a lane that was drafted for Weibo game to get pressure and attack bot. Tarzan, understandably in some ways, decided, look, I'd rather go top lane after we didn't really find an angle early, but it's come at such an insane cost, and the value back just hasn't been there. Crisp walks over a ward. 369 is in danger, don't get me wrong, but how much value getting here all the while?
I really feel like this needs to work out. The ult comes through. That's a lot of damage onto Tarzan. It will be the kill. Crisp goes down.
No, not quite.
Not quite. Thought he would do. Tien has himself that ultimate. Could potentially look for a jump over the wall as Jackie and Mako are rotating topside, but no kill back. That is bare minimum for what Weibo need. Cream is still hitting the outer turret in mid lane, though, as this happens.
Tarzan is there, just allowing Xiaohu to get out of dodge for now. But Tien and Mako could look to go forwards here. Shield on top speeds Tien up briefly, but they won't pull the trigger. They're happy to give up that one kill.
Cream
nearly here.
Over. Wall stun.
Jumps on in, gets the double knock up with the keeper's verdict, but Mako stays alive. Another turnaround damage begins to come on through. The hostile takeover is short. Not going to be useful. Tarzan dead to rights. Light stunned up. Goes down again this game. The bailout does not keep him alive. Crisp in danger. Goes down as well. Mako only falls now as Xiao, who has to Valkyrie forwards to get him. Grubs have spawned. Top esports are there. Jackie looks for a snipe that's not going to land anything. Jackie gets more plates. This mid lane turret under siege. No herald required. And that's before 40 minutes. So the value is huge. This gold lead is ballooning to monstrous.
Do you remember that era of Season 8, Season 9, when Conqueror was one of the most busted runes we'd ever seen? And you had junglers who were stronger than solo laners because they could just like kill you at level 3, level 4. Like that I want to see a few more of those mid laners back.
369 potentially has a teleport angle here if he wants to come looking for this Herald. The observer's like, look, they can really look for this, and they know it's coming on in. Here come the rest of top esports. Xiaohu backing away. The ultimate comes on through from Rumble, but already Poppy has been deleted. 369 with flash could look for a slicing maelstrom. This just not required. Doesn't even get involved with the kill. But they get out, they lose 2, and they're going to lose the Herald too.
Look, folks, if you're losing control of the map at 15 minutes and getting flanked teleported on from within your own jungle, there is a huge issue. Top Esports, you know, they've gotten every single objective on the map besides one grub. They're going to get lost that bot lane. I think that thing's fell apart. I have to say now, on retrospect, whether Tarzan should have still tried to hardcore focus bot. When you have the Ezreal Karma, you have that Kalista Renata, it is obvious whoever gets there as a jungler first and gets to flip that lane is going to make a mess of things. JackeyLove and Mako win that level 1. Tien comes down first and the game falls apart. I think trusting the Kalista Renata to survive against that lane is a bit of fool's hope.
Yeah, and doing it by itself when you drafted for influence from the jungle just hasn't happened. I feel like in some ways you had to trust Breathe to win the lane by himself, and in fairness, he's been a win condition in some ways. He's the only part of the team that is ahead and is still very scary. It's just look at the leads literally everywhere else. Even the look in mid lane was just hopped away from casually by Cream.
I mean, Cream's Tristana, this is one of the other things you gave up for this. The last pick of the Karma, I think, actually ends up winning the draft because it was incredible. I think that Mako's flexibility on display there, a man of 1,000 games plus, actually. Has completely ruined this game with the versatility. There is going to be an objective bounty. There's going to be a teleport. Tarzan here too.
Tarzan on a flank, can look to get onto someone's key. Forces Cream to flash away. The equalizer comes on through, but only really chunks out Mako. The heal comes on down and into the backline. The damage is huge. The Pokeball is summoned to try and keep the support alive.
This is 4v5.
There's no Kennen here.
And this is a 4v5. Top Esports end up winning out through that one. The wall stun didn't come through, and therefore, again, Weibo, that was a lot of the remaining ammunition they had. They don't have those flashes and teleports now.
It was a limited chance anyway. Mako gets the root over the wall of the Tarzan. He's frozen up. The True Shot Barrage does so much damage at this point of the game. You can see the statistical analysis there. I think it might be a little higher than that. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
Yeah, but it's Top Esports piloting this composition. It's a little bit higher than that, so Turret also going to be forced in as well. Baron hasn't even spawned yet. This is how dominant it is. The Baron's not even spawned. Weibo, they're trying to get some objective bounties. They got one in the top lane out of turret. They get another one in the bot lane out of turret just now. That is something back, but it is not nearly enough. Top Esports, they have themselves the Sejuani ultimate coming up soon. And that is big. Bong one turret gets the extended blast range as well. They don't have that Rumble equalizer now. The only gold on their team has gone to Breathe, and he can't even get himself that team-winning ultimate because he's using it for wave clip. Weibo have been outclassed, hugely so.
No.
And of course now with that ultimate coming through, there is defender's advantage for Weibo where they can go through and regen from the base plate, but given how much poke has come through, it might not even save their inhibitors. JackeyLove is here, just whacking around that turret, misses the spell flux on this as well. Maybe he's trying to catch out light beyond that, but he has enough anyway beyond that point. One inhibitor fallen at 19.5 minutes, another one open beyond this point. There is a teleport from Breathe. He has a flash, but he might have been spotted.
Oh, he was on a control ward, so it's a known quantity, and Breathe with no Zhonya's. Really in a great position necessarily to full-on face tank. No Rift Maker or anything like that. They'll lose the Skull Crab here as well, and instead they just turn onto the Rumble, who flashes away. Does land that Electro Harpoon. Tarzan missing with the Keeper's Verdict. Could still prove a little bit problematic here as Cream steps on forwards. Remember, Kennen not here. Still, this is still a 4v4. Teleport now flying on through his shadow. He's tugged out by that True Shot Barrage. Cream still alive, still healthy, still dangerous. Chris gets the bailout as Tarzan chunked out by a slicing Maelstrom. Light is snuffed, and Breathe falls as well, breathing his last. The inhibitors are exposed, Baron's alive, and they've got their choice of the litter in terms of what they go towards.
And not even
the 5 grub, Soul Point coming on through. It feels like a game that is 10 minutes later than it is, purely off the lead. It's a 12,000 gold lead, it's only just gone 21 minutes.
I mean, they're getting more than 500 gold lead.
JackeyLove, Lord Almighty, he's 3 items. It's only an item on Light. He is a 1-item Kalista. On the other side, Jackie is about to be able to 1v9 this as Cream gets jumped on by Tarzan, but gets a buffer over the wall. Still has Buster Shot available, flashes out of the equalizer, does eventually go down, but all the while, their base is being broken apart.
And now you don't have the equalizer either. If you have the equalizer, you can look for a big AoE team fight. There are 3 Baroned up super minion waves. Weibo, you catch Cream, but at what cost?
Yeah, finally, I understand going for dessert first. The problem is you've got to deal with the meat of the matter. And that is JackeyLove. That is the rest of Top Esports, who are quite happy to have a 3-course meal named Weibo Gaming. They have been feasting all game long, with the exception of poor old 3x69, who's been on a diet. But maybe, just maybe, he's allowed to have a little bit of something at the end as just a treat to end up this series. Top Esports have taken no prisoners this game. No sign of remorse. They are back on board. Their first series win at the Rumble stage.
Top Esports, maybe.
These were the best highlights from today's LPL matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say okay. See you on the next one.